Today, we're going to be making pork belly bulgogi. A couple of food safety reminders before we begin. Immediately clean surfaces after they've been in contact with the pork to make sure there's no cross-contamination. Maintain time and temperature control by placing meat in the fridge to marinate so that bacteria don't multiply, and keep meat on the lowest tray in the fridge to prevent cross-contamination with other produce. Additionally, make sure to cook the pork to an internal temperature of 145 degrees, as this is the minimum temperature needed to prevent harmful bacteria from multiplying. Thank you guys, and happy cooking!
All right, everyone. So we're going to be making pork bulgogi today. Here are the ingredients. From left to right, we have Korean barbecue sauce, teriyaki sauce, garlic powder, chinkyang vinegar, and honey and hot gochujang. And now we see Ravi building the marinade. He starts out with the barbecue sauce, adding half a cup to the bowl. He then adds 2 tablespoons of gochujang, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of teriyaki sauce, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and 4 tablespoons of honey. Stirring the combine, you'll notice that there's initially a bit of resistance. This is because the marinade actually forms an emulsion. The vinegar and teriyaki sauce have a high proportion of water as a solvent, but the Korean barbecue marinade has an oilier base. The gochujang and honey thus help to emulsify the water-based liquids with the oil-based ones. Your final mixture should look shiny with little fragments of oil interspersed throughout the liquid. Get a gallon Ziploc bag and place 2 pounds of pork belly into the bag. Gradually add the marinade and shake the bag around so that the marinade surrounds all sides of the pork belly pieces. Place the meat in the fridge to marinate, as this inhibits bacterial growth. Once it's been 20 minutes, take the meat out of the fridge and place the meat on a rack, which should itself be on top of a baking tray. Make sure to space the meat out so that it's not overcrowded. After placing the meat on the tray, let it sit at room temperature for about 5 minutes to relax after being in the fridge. Then, place the meat in the oven and set it to broil for 10 minutes. Take the meat out, flip it over, and then let it broil for 10 more minutes. After that, your meat should look like this. Broiling transfers heat to the pork belly through radiation, helping crisp up the exterior nicely. Let the meat rest so the juices can redistribute. Now, cut the meat against the grain to keep it tender, as this shortens the muscle fibers. Once you've cut all the meat, drizzle some of the remaining marinade on top of the pork. Adding the marinade on top adds additional flavor. And now you're done making pork belly bulgogi. Enjoy!